Welcome to this edition of ABI's Quick Bit video series. I'm here with Jim Gillum, who's with Brown Winnick and an expert on all sorts of employment law. And you spoke at a session that we did on social media some time ago. And one of the things that you talked about was an employee who had a very extensive list of contacts in LinkedIn. And upon his termination, they were challenging the ownership of those LinkedIn contacts. Can you expound on that a little further?
Sure. Quite frequently, an employer will seek to control an employee's access to clients, particularly in a way so that they want to prevent that employee from being able to take customer contacts with them when they leave employment.
And when it was a Rolodex, it was pretty easy to control,
sure,
right?
It was a lot easier to control and harder to take that with the employee. Again, a lot of times an employer will have a non-compete or a confidentiality agreement or some sort of non-disclosure agreement with the employee that protects the customer list and the contact information that the employer has. Well, more and more employers are encouraging employees to get on social media and to really be available to employees in all different ways that are out there, and LinkedIn is a good example of that, where employers will encourage employees to get on LinkedIn and to network with customers and vendors, and then the question becomes, when you have an agreement with your employee trying to control that information, who really has the LinkedIn account and who is able to control that and take those contacts with them. It's going to be a lot easier for that employer to go, or employee to go across the street to another competitor and take their LinkedIn contacts with you, and they have then the contact information for all your clients. And so when you are putting together your social media policies and your non-compete agreements and your confidentiality agreements, keep in mind that you might want to own or assert ownership over those LinkedIn contacts, limit your employees' ability to take those with them, and perhaps devise some sort of a scenario in which you are going to have the employee delink those contacts prior to leaving employment.
And I would assume specificity is key in delineating whose contacts are whose.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of times the litigation surrounding these will be who brought the contacts to the employment relationship. A lot of times we hire employees from competitors and they bring contacts with them. The employee will assert in litigation that those are really their contacts and not the employer's, and typically the employer is going to want to assert ownership over all the contacts regardless of whether they were generated by the employee prior to coming to employment or in the employer's control.
Wow. Well, at least you know what the risks are and some possible ways to get around those. For more information from Jim or from Brown Winnick or ABI, please contact me or anybody at ABI and we can point you in the right direction. We thank Jim and all of our members of the Advisory Council. Brown Winnick is a long-term member of the council, and we certainly appreciate all they do for us, and we'll see you next time.
Glad to help. Thanks.